We got another top pro following my lead by ditching the Panther for triple 60. All that and more on the Cue Tang Clan. Greetings, fellow Qists. Welcome back to another show. I appreciate you guys being here again for this. All the comments and suggestions and just info in the past, that really means the world to me to help me get this show to the next level. So I appreciate that from you guys. And please hit me with more. Got a few things to talk about today. Obviously, the big news of the past week was Margaret Fefalova Steyer going from Predator to my guys, Viking, triple 60, white carbon. Should have known a little something at the Super Billiards Expo when I seen her hanging around the booth quite a bit. So that should have been the giveaway for me. But somehow in my mind, I thought she was going to Peace Shower. But still, Viking Peace Shower, it's still a Wisconsin brand. And she is in Wisconsin with her husband, Tyler. But first, one thing I wanted to bring up was the WPBA. They announced quite a few sponsors recently. Two of them pretty big names. Another one probably a big name for them, and it gives them some continuity in their uniforms and clothing, like the Onboard brand does for Matchroom. Sponsors for WPBA. Kamui signed on with them for the next few years, and How Tips. Those are two massive names in the industry, and good for them, because it's no secret how I feel about women's pool. For me, I enjoy it more than like the Matchroom stuff with 95% men being in it. They play. They're too good. They play a little robotic. I find women's pool more like each one of the players has their own characteristics, and there's a little bit more heart in their playing, and that's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy watching anyway. Look, good pool is good pool for me. I'll take it any day of the week, but it's just preference. I'll watch it all, but I prefer to watch WPBA. Anyway, Kamui, How, and they signed Big Family Custom Creations as their shirt sponsor. So good for them. Their stream on YouTube is always they're always taking donations to help them along. It's always kind of problem filled. I know they have problems with their servers and all that from time to time, but look, whatever gets them more money and more events, these women deserve to have a career in this industry too, and they shouldn't have to play periodically. So let's get them more money, more sponsors, more events, and let's see them grow and have a full schedule. Like Matchroom and even like the Predator Pro Billiard Series. They play a lot more than those guys. So let's get them some recognition. And whoever this Dr. Pool guy is, he seems to be having some influence on this. So good for them. Good for him. Let's get it done. To the meat and potatoes of this show, Margaret Fefalova Steyer. I really don't recall what she's ranked. I know she's in the top 10 on the women's side, possibly top 5. Obviously the notoriety. She's married to a perennial Moscone Cupper in Tyler Steyer. It's gonna a pool match made in heaven. She was a longtime Predator sponsor, and she announced that she's leaving Predator, and she didn't announce where she was going. And I think it took maybe a month or two, but she finally announced that she was heading to triple 60, white carbon Viking Q for those who don't know that little group they got going there. Just knowing the equipment that she used with Predator to me, it feels like it's going to be an easy transition for her because she was using the Predator icon with the Revo shaft. Predator icon is your typical 5-point maple butt, nothing flashy or scientific about it. And she's going right into they're probably going to give her a signature model. They haven't announced exactly what it is yet. They said after July they'll make an announcement on that. But to me, it looks like it's your typical Viking B series, which is just like her icon. It's a pointed maple butt. But what sets it apart in the quality, to me anyway, from using both of them, is that she'll be using the white carbon shafts as opposed to Revo. And I'm not the only one that says they're a lot better. I did my research before I even tried one and bought one, and everybody raved about them and had them in their top 3, and Revo wasn't even in the conversation of that. So she most likely, like I said, she'll be in the B series, but with the white carbon shaft. They say she is using 12 and a quarter, as you can probably see in some of the pictures that she posted of her Cue, 12 and a quarter. I love that shaft. Mostly I play with a 12.5, but I keep a 12 and a quarter just for the times when I know I'm really hitting them good, and you just want that little bit of extra to do some fancy stuff. This is her break cue that she's using is actually a B series playing butt, but it's just paired with the white carbon brake shaft. So that's cool. And they said they have a jump cue prototype that she's currently using right now. And I like that because I've seen Fader using a shaft and using his brake cue to jump. And if R&D is based on what Fader says about it and what Fefalova says about it, then I like that because they're two players, up pretty high in their selective sides, and if they're doing the R&D and the road testing on it, then I like that because they're going to give it good feedback, and that's what we need to make a good cue, and that's good feedback from solid pros. We've got quite a few people moving away from Predator at this point. I post stuff periodically in my stories about it. Another pro leaving Predator, and a few people message in and they say how Predator is they're out of the game and they're losing it and they're going downhill. I don't think so. I think it's a weird point in the game where people are kind of picking sides and maybe being how they're attached to certain entities. Maybe that's hurting them right now. But public information, check their earnings because they're not hurting at all. They're doing better than everybody else, and that includes Cue Tech and some of the other giants. So they may be out of the fight right now quietly, but they ain't out of it completely. And if anything, from their history, I would plan to see some big things from them coming up in the future. Maybe even close future. Who knows? Moving from Margaret's new gear, her new 6060 gear. I wanted to quickly talk about the white carbon shafts. That's my new love. I absolutely love those shafts. They have 3 different finishes, I guess you can say. They have black, which they call raw. That's the traditional carbon that everybody knows. They have a pearl essence. It's a white. It's a carbon fiber shaft. It's just white. And the new star of the show is their wood grain carbon fiber shaft, which I just received yesterday, and I played with all last night, and I absolutely love it. It's a little bit different feel than what you're used to with the regular carbon fiber, but it's outstanding. I noticed this for myself, and when I was talking to some of the guys at the Viking booth at the Super Billiards Expo, they kind of vocalized it, and wow, that's funny you brought that up. they had mentioned to me, and I found for myself that when playing with the white shaft, the white carbon fiber shaft, the pearl shaft, it kind of left I don't know, like a film, like you had to keep wiping the shaft down. He said the wood was a little bit lesser because it was slightly different than the white, and obviously the black you have no issues. I kind of noticed that for myself last night. I'm not a guy who wears a glove when I play. I'm Italian. The cue just glides. I got that natural grease. Um, I didn't notice it at all, but I felt a little, I don't know, a little difference. Here's the shaft. I mean, this thing you couldn't tell if I'm using a maple shaft or what. I mean, this thing absolutely beautiful. It plays as great as the regular carbon fiber shaft. One thing I noticed, let me see if I can find it on here. There was like a little seam. I don't know if that's going to pick it up on camera, but there was like a little seam where it looks like I don't know if it's like a laminate that goes over this, like it's the regular carbon fiber and a laminate goes over this. I don't know how to do it. I would like to find out, but I was doing balancing tests and weight tests and all that, and it's no different from the standard carbon fiber cue. It's just dolled up like wood grain. And for my Paul Drexler fire cue, that being mostly the light maple, it goes perfect with it, and I absolutely love the way it looks, love the way it plays, love the way it looks. It's a home run for me. So that's the white carbon wood grain shaft. I waited months for this. They've been sold out. I know people love them, and they've been cranking them out. So I got mine from Cyberts. I suggest they're partnered with Viking. I suggest if this is the route you want to go, you get it through them. One thing I will say though, and I've said this in the past, and I spoke to Rick from Cyberts about this in the past. I kind of read them the riot act when I got a cue and it didn't come with joint protectors. And he called me and explained everything. He said that this is how they come from the company, that Viking gives him this exactly like this, and they have instructions that they don't want anything in their cues. So pretty much, you get this wrapped up and in a tube mailer and sent to you. So it's exactly like this. I would like to see in the future that maybe even if you don't give me a set of nice joint protectors, have something made up that's protecting this, whether it's like a balloon, a cap. They have those tip caps. Give me something. I would like to see. Look, if you're not going to give me some nice joint protection, get a bunch of cheapies and put them on here. I would just like this thing to ship with something. Obviously, those tube mailers, you can crack them against a brick wall and nothing's going to happen to them. And then these are wrapped in bubble wrap. Nothing's going to happen to it. I would just, for my sake, in my neuroticism, neuroses, whatever you want to call it, all you linguists out there, I would just like to see some type of cheapy joint protector or just cap or something on this. I'm constantly cleaning these out, and not a lot of people are on that treatment like I do with that. So they're gonna get it. They're gonna screw it right on their stick, and a lot of time there's debris in there. These things come right from the factory. They briefly blow them out. There's quite a bit of debris in here, and that can cause you to have a frozen cue to where the two pieces get stuck together and you can't do them apart. And a lot of times you can there's a little remedy with oil and whatnot, and sitting them upside down, and you can get them unstuck sometimes, but not all the times they come apart, and that's fatal for your cues. So I would just like to see a little something. Maybe I'm being dumb about it, but just a little something, like the little, you get a Domino's pizza and they put the little white table in the box. They've probably got thousands of them. They cost a penny. There's got to be some type of thing like that. But that's just me. I'm a little crazy. I've had quite a few concussions from sports in my time, so who knows? Don't hold it against me. But anyway, that's all I got for this time. Like I said in the beginning, I really appreciate the feedback from the Super Billiards Expo video. A lot of people said that was my best one yet. And thank you so much. But I put some work into that, and I really liked how it came out. And thank you. So hopefully, you know, I can learn from these things. I learned from these comments and all that, just to make a better show for everything and everybody. That's all I got for this time. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Take care.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.